Hello. See, it's very unfortunate the kind of a country we have called Nigeria. It's painful for some of us who are at least have the glimpse of what our reaction is bringing on our country, who we are, how people, external bodies look at us as Nigerians. It's actually a laughable situation for them because they are not here to feel the pain some of us are feeling. We have a very good country, blessed country, and we lay that all to the dash, to the trash. It's very painful that our leaders has no knowledge of what we are being perceived as. We have all it takes to become a better country. Dele Farotimi to prison or to remind for speaking his mind, his perception about corruption in the judiciary. How safe are we? Just words. When I was young, right? My mom used to tell me when my junior ones insult me and I get angry and I want to react, they say, she will call me, say, you see, insult. Once you bath and get out, you take your bath, right? You get out of the house. No one will know that you have been insulted, even though if they know, they have nothing to do about it. Someone say you're corrupt. If you are corrupt, are you truly corrupt? Why are you angry if you're not? You're not supposed to be angry if you're not corrupt, because nobody will find the evidence that you are being corrupt. But if you know that yes, you are hiding something, you rush out. That is when you react because you want to stop those things from happening. Because it will rather demolish you than the defaming. But our politics in this country is bad. The mindset we have towards politics is what brought us to this stage. We have no value for what we have. Even though we have value for it, we have excess greed, which is very wrong. We have a lot of resources in this country, right? We can invest it into something. How were we able to build a refinery those days that today those refineries are not even functioning? The one that we heard that is functioning, we don't even know if it's truly functioning. Our children are out of schools. Our graduates can't even access jobs except you bear some certain names. Now, this country has allocated to some certain region, while others are chronically suffering without seeing the evidence or the benefits from governance. And we are still paying tax. Now they brought tax reform. People are against it, and nobody is finding out why. Because this will bring development. This will help the poor to raise more capital to be able to invest in themselves. So many people are just feeding themselves these days as I'm talking to you. I went to some outskirts because I do my research most of the time. Went to some outskirts at Abuja. I saw that so many kids, their rates are showing from what malnutrition. And nobody's looking at that. And Wiki is all over the place, demolishing things without thinking of those people. Where will they live? What do you want them to do? People that are barely living, barely surviving, and you demolish their home. You don't even provide a place for them to stay. We buy private jets. We are, whether they bought the yacht or not. We're building homes. We don't even care about the people that elect us to power. If you are in power, you're not thinking of your people, you're representing them. A leader is supposed to be a servant, someone who serves the people, have the will of the people all the time. Take advice from the people because he's there representing them. So they do things the way they feel. They feel nothing is going wrong, and people are suffering, and you are there because of the people. Why is politics in this country bad? Greed, religion, region. I want to get more. You want to get more. The more you get, the more power you have. You have a lot of power, you have a lot of money, but you don't have the sense to invest that money that you have in order to bring more production, in order to employ more people. The one that pains me most, if I take a taxi sometime, most of them are graduates. Some of them are even master students. It's very painful. It's very painful that we bring ourselves to this point and we don't know even where we are going. Nigeria is a laughable country. We are suffering from leadership that has good mindset for Nigeria. Except the leader has good mindset. That is why people gravitate towards Mr. Peter Obi. Not that they don't want others, but the message he was passing was what the most people in Nigeria are seeking for. We want production. We want our country to be productive. Most of the people here have good knowledge. Why don't we put that knowledge to use? If you watch some of my video, I say whatever that you see in you, which I know 99% of Nigerians see something in themselves. Because when I go around, I see a lot of things that people are doing. It's amazing. What they need is the support from government and for government to provide enabling environment for them to survive. If they don't survive, they can't be productive. And it's only government that can provide that enabling environment, which this tax reform we do. I support it 100% because it will support the poor people to be able to stand. That is why I am here today. I want them to stand. If you are standing, most of us Nigerians, over 100 and something million, are not standing. Most of them doesn't have a house. Most of them are still sleeping under the bridge. Most of them doesn't have what to eat in the day. They are still asking themselves, what am I going to eat today? Because they don't know where it's going to come from. And your leaders that you elect don't even care whether you survive or not. They pass you by the road and they splash water on you. That is the kind of leaders we have in Nigeria. A leader that doesn't even want you to even progress. They don't want you to even excel. Because if they think of you, if other countries have frequent transfer to their people, they have their registered, well updated. Nigeria doesn't have none. It's very, very painful the kind of leaders we have. If you tell them to present who is Nigeria, who is not right now, the government who be able to give account of anything. People come to Nigeria at will. People go from Nigeria at will. We don't even know who is in Nigeria and who is not a Nigerian. It's very painful the kind of country we have. We have everything. Name one resources that you can't find in Nigeria. Why are we suffering? Because of leadership, mindset. A leader you elect to the office, what they are thinking of it is how to buy a very good car, how to live in the best house, how to change their good food. They want a better things in their life, forgetting the people that they are there to represent. And you call yourself a leader. You should be ashamed of yourself. And when people come out to talk, is to find a way to arrest them, to lock them up, and you call yourself a leader. You should be ashamed of yourself. If you are a politician or a leader currently in Nigeria, you should be ashamed of yourself. Maybe you should come and arrest me too. Because if you are doing a good job, the people must feel it. It's not hidden. When you are good, nobody will hide you. Only your action will speak for you. Your action will speak for you. Policy of this government is killing Nigeria. People are hungry, they don't have what to eat. It's unnatural in Nigeria for people not to have what to eat. We have a very blessed country, fertile land. People can't even go to their farm, and government is sitting buying private cars, buying jets. What are you doing? Someone who cares for Nigerians will not behave this way, because it's very uncommon and unnatural for a leader not to feel what the people are feeling. That is not leadership. A leadership is someone who cares, who is kind, who can give all he has, and people are hungry. Even the president of Nigeria, Mr. Tinubu, is feeling it, that the people, yes, they are suffering. Then what are you doing about it? Or do you want us all to die before you do something about your policies that are strangling us to death already? People are dying. Go to the hospital and see. Many people are in the hospital because of malnutrition. People are dropping out of school because they can't have access to it, because the funds are not there. It's a shame for Nigeria not to be able to fend for itself. It's a very big pain for some of us that understand what Nigeria is. Nigeria is a good country, a very blessed country. In Nigeria can never go starved. What is starving us is greed, mindset not in place, people going to leadership without direction. They don't even know what they are going to do there. All they know, I will have a big house, I'll marry a new wife, I'm going to send my children abroad. What happened to your country? I am waiting to see the day that the president of Nigeria will be treated in Nigeria. I am waiting to see the day that the governor in Nigeria will be treated in Nigeria. That money you take out to other countries to go to for medical checkups and all that, why don't you use them for equipment to equip the hospital in this country, develop the mind of our doctors more? Nigeria can do it. Nigeria can do it. We can turn this country into an agricultural country, which has happened before. Produce anything, food, it can grow in this country. People have abandoned that. Today we are suffering because of mindset. Mindset. Each one want to have more to themselves, and there will be no development as long as you want to keep everything for yourself. When I was young, I found out that for you only to become a billionaire, it's impossible. Yes, it's impossible. Only you cannot become a billionaire, except you employ the hands and the brains of people. You bring people to yourself. First, start with one. You can employ one, do something for me. At the end, you earn this, you give me this share. Start with that mind. You develop yourself. Most leaders, those leaders, they don't have any entrepreneurship brain. That is why they are failing. In anything you do in life, invest in business. If you have one person working for you, before you know, have two, have three. People have hundreds of thousands working for them. You are a man like them. You are a woman like them. You can do more with what God has placed inside you. We create a computer as a human being and we inculcate knowledge into that, which we build from our brain. God created a man. He imputes in a man what that man will be. That is when you hear a real man talking. Nobody will tell you that that knowledge is coming from somewhere. If you have not decided that or don't have not assessed that, then you have to start thinking, tax your brain. You are more than what you think you are. If you don't have that, you can't become a leader because you can. If you can't lead yourself, there is no way you can lead somebody. If you can't find the way, then how do you lead others through a direction? You have to know what you want to teach them before you be able to teach it. If you don't have manners, you can't teach people how to be mannered because there is nothing here. You can't pass anything through here. What is abandoned in the heart, the mouth must come out with it. If it is in wisdom, it's in knowledge, they are different from each other, but one is a support for other. Wisdom is an application of knowledge. So you must have knowledge for your wisdom to stand strong. Not that only wisdom cannot sustain you through life, right? So what I was thinking that this country should invest more in agriculture and try not to arrest people when they speak their mind because it's very wrong. It's making others to be scared when they see the truth, they can't say it, and they say only truth can set you free. If we don't criticize you, you might not know that you're doing wrong. But whatever you're doing in governance is killing the people. You have to step away from it. Bring good mindset into the table. Employ capable hands. Only then you can grow. Only then people can see the effects of your policies. The country need to feel what the person they elect to govern them. They want to see your effort. They want to see your mindset. If you don't have none, then you can pass none. And then you have to rig yourself into election again, into a seat again. So first, understand what you're going to do for the people you're going to lead. If you are a leader, you will know what the people need because you will understand the basics and the essence of being a human being, which the people need. Your support, your kindness, your leadership. You must have that leadership to become a leader. A mind of a king, the one who can forgive and never look back and never even talk about it. You can do for people and don't say. Today we heard that they are taking our money to build estates for themselves. Only one man from government to build estates. Imagine someone in Nigeria will work for 35 years and you will be able to present 10 million as a savings in this country. If you are a government worker, I am sorry for you because you amount to nothing except you steal. So our government is supporting stealing. That is why the people in government can't stop stealing. Our direction should be different paths. Focus on developing the country instead of embezzling the country to yourself. You can take the whole country to yourself, but make it productive so that the people around can feel the dividends of what you're still living. It will be better. Why don't you invest in, let me say, Gary processing factory? So many of them, we have cassava in this country. We can process that and sell to other countries. We can do it. Why can't we invest in granules? It has been done in this country. What happened to our cocoa is here in this country. What happened to our coal? What happened to the gold that we find? What happened to the agriculture? We can invest in it. Soya beans, it's expensive somewhere else. We can produce that a lot. Beans can grow, rice can. We are blessed in Nigeria and we are suffering. Some of us are angry because it's very, 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 very uncommon for you to have water, a spring in your backyard, and you are starving or you are having taste for water and you can't drink. You can't be thirsty while you have a spring in your backyard. Imagine you are a vegetarian and you have an orchard of different foods. You are in heaven. You can't starve. You are looking for something and you are in the market, a modern market. You must find it except you stop looking. Nigeria is placed where there any resources you can call. I can say 96% of them are in Nigeria, and we are still suffering because of greed, corruption, bad mindset. That are not ought to be a leader, an opportunist. Those are our leaders today. They have nothing to contribute. People that goes to the house and sit all year without even commenting on anything they are discussing. Even though they comment, the comment is not useful. These are the people we have leading Nigeria. Until we can set ourselves on a straight line, become something different in here, not from here. Some politicians don't just talk. They are good talkers, good presenters, because most of them are either lawyers or different kind of other people and engineers, and you become a politician. And instead of having, okay, I am becoming this thing because I want to serve the people. That is why you are there, to serve the people. The power is for the people and by the people. So you are there to represent the people. If you are serving the people, then you must have to think, what do these people want? How do I serve them better? Instead of looting what is supposed to be for them, you so enrich yourself that the power you are drunk with it. You don't even know. Most of them have the kind of cash in Nigeria that even in 100 years they can't be able to spend it. And people in your neighborhood are suffering. Then what kind of a leadership are you passing through? What kind of mindset? What is encouraging you to do what you're doing? Because as a good man, as you are, because I believe every man is a good man, except you're corrupt with something else, an external force. Every man is a good man, except you're corrupt with something from external force. You become something different. Either you're induced by money, or you're induced by alcohol, or you are induced by smoking, or you are induced by women. Those things can corrupt your soul and you become a different person. I was standing with a guy at the junction the other day, and he saw a very fine lady that dressed and was wearing something through here. The breast was showing like it wants to pop out. And after a while, it is a friend. He said, "Oh God, I just fall on myself." I said, "Why?" He said, "He saw a very beautiful lady." I said, "I see her too." He said, "Yes." But he felt differently because of the way he feels about women. Because there is no self-control. I can see you, but my body cannot react about it. But just my mind will think about it. And if your mind is thinking about it and you can't hold it, it will explode to the body. That is why I tell people, this body you see, this is not me. This is my body. I am in there, which you cannot see. If that is in there cannot control this body, then it becomes a useless matter. God bless you. I hope we have a very good government in Nigeria. See you once again.